Hello, and welcome to our team. We are glad to have you on board. We are looking forward to the impact you will have on our company, clients, and employees. I will be guiding you through different trainings, covering some of our policies, procedures, systems, operations, and expectations. Our first training module will be applying as an applicant online. Now let's get started. We will first direct the employee to our website, www.fullsteamstaffing.com. They're going to go ahead and click on Job Seekers, click Apply Now. Then they would need to go ahead and click I need to register. They would select their branch and the entity that they are applying for, click Next. It will take them to the registering page where they would need to add their username, password, first and last name, social security. Please note that if an employee has an invalid social security number, it will not allow them to proceed with the process. Have them click on a username and password that is easy to remember, as they will be logging in multiple times to complete the application process. Click Begin Application. Once the applicant has registered with their personal information, they can go ahead and click Get Started. It would take them to the Equal Opportunity Disclosures page. Make sure that they read through it, click Save and Continue. They sign, click Save and Continue. Now, the following screen that it will prompt them to, anything that's necessary and it's important for the employee to complete, it will have a asterisk right next to the field. Our next pre-screen are 3 questions that they must answer yes or no to. If the applicant decides that they cannot answer any of the questions, they would not be able to continue the application process. They will, if they do decide to, click Save and Continue. Next screen would be our availability screen, along with what pay rate is acceptable for them and the dates that they're available. Be sure that when they add their pay rate, they do not add any symbols. All they need to do is add the number sign. Click Save and Continue. Education history is not necessary. If they do not have any, that's fine. Click Save and Continue. For any additional qualifications, such as any trade schools that they attended to, they have any certificates, military experience, they would add it in the additional qualification sheet. Then once they're completed, Save and Continue. Work history is necessary to have inside the application. Now, if they do not have any previous work experience, all they need to list is no previous work experience or never worked before. If they have any voluntary experience that they have done, though, they may add that. So just go ahead and click Add Work History, Save and Continue once done. If they'd like to add more than one, all they need to do is go to Add Work History, fill in the information, click Save and Continue. Skills. Here's where they will list any type of skills that they have, whether it's forklift, pallet jack, RF scan gun, if they're bilingual. Go ahead and click Save and Continue. And they will give us a breakdown of how many years experience they have driving a cherry picker, or general office experience, if they have months, years. Click Save and Continue. Our reference sheet. This would be any previous employer or personal reference. If they do not have a previous employer to list, they will go ahead and click Save and Continue. They need to add any references. All they do is add a reference, click Save and Continue. Contact information is very important. We need to make sure we have emergency contacts should we need to get a hold of the employee. As always, click Save and Continue. Our application certification page. Here, the employee is certifying that all the information is accurate and correct. They either need to type in lowercase or uppercase of their initials. It can't be either or, because if not, it will not allow them to continue. The additional information is requested is for us to know how they heard about us. We're always looking to improve on how we are networking, our different recruiting tools. So make sure they select either if they were referred by a client, an employee, a newspaper ad, a radio ad. Click Save and Continue. Our last part of phase 1 is our insight survey. Now, all they need to do is go ahead and click here, Save and Continue, and it will take them to this first page of the survey. To follow this specific question, there are 44 additional questions. Make sure you let the applicant know to take their time to answer the questions. Last step would be to review any of the forms that they signed. They have the ability to go back, look at the information, and make sure that all the information they entered was accurate and correct. Then they will go ahead and click Submit. Once the applicant clicks Submit, then this is the end of phase 1. Registration has been completed. This concludes the registration process. Thank you for your cooperation. If you are selected for an interview, a full steam representative will contact you. If you submitted an email address, you should receive an email that will allow you to return to your username and password to check on the status of your application. Then the employee may either call in the recruiter or they can go ahead and take a seat with them, let them know what they are looking for. So this will finish off our first phase of the applicant process. Now we will move on to the training piece of the recruiter side and what you need to do for the first phase. Thank you.